Boom, we are live.
Let's do it. Let me know if the connection's bad. I can always switch to LTE. We got some frat Wi-Fi that's sponsoring this podcast today, so we'll see what happens.
Oh, you're doing this from the old frat house, huh?
We are, yep. I usually am home for like at least 1 or 2 days, but I had some things to attend to here and a little bit of schoolwork to do, so we got that all done today.
Nice. All right, so we got the double champ himself. Little introduction for those who don't know. This is obviously Christian Seiler. 2019 and 2020 back-to-back Open National Champion. The double champ. Going for a three-peat. Has anyone ever three-peated?
I think I'd have to check on USPSA National Champions history, but
I don't think anyone's three-peated Open.
I don't know. You continue. I'll look it up.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a long list. So you have plenty of time. 2019, you swept all 8 areas.
That is correct. We went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not in that order, unfortunately. We had to shoot nationals and then area 2, but sort of in that way. Yeah, sort of.
But swept the areas and won nationals. I believe you are the only person to ever do that.
Thank you. Yeah.
And almost did it again in 2020, but I think you missed one, right?
Yeah, no, in 2020, I only went to a couple of them. They're all getting moved like during school and like on the same weekends and stuff. I went to the national champions. Yeah, like Nils has done it a couple times, Ben a couple times, national champion in a row. So we're looking to have a long streak in Open. I really like Open. So
has anyone in Open three-peated?
In Open? So we got Chris Tilley 2 in a row. We got Max Michel 2 in a row. I don't think so. I don't see that. Oh, maybe Todd Jarrett. No, that's 2.
Well, in this century.
I'm back in 1985. So maybe I'll stop looking.
All right. We'll leave it as that. 14-time area champion so far. So far. I'm gonna need you to do me a favor. Stay the fuck out of the areas that I'm shooting. That would be nice.
I can't make any promises, unfortunately.
Be nice for me to win one.
We'd love that.
And then World Shoot Men's Open Team.
Yep, love that. We're on it with Casey Eusebio, JJ Racaza, and Shannon Smith. So we got some OGs there, some good news, and I'm excited about it.
That's some heat right there. That is 4 bad motherfuckers on one team. So World Shoot coming up. You've never been to a World Shoot. Those guys you've talked to, that you mentioned on that team, they've all been there before, right?
Yep.
This is your first time.
Yep.
Are you nervous?
I think nervous as I'd ever go into any match, but it's just like a normal match to me, honestly. I'm shooting against basically all the same guys. It's just shooting. It's just a USPSA match. Everyone said when I would go to my first nationals, I'd have like that, oh my gosh, we're at nationals, or have all this pressure and stuff. But I like that. So if it's going to add pressure, which I think it will, I think it'll help me. Adding pressure always helps me. I've never been in a circumstance where I've been like paralyzed by fear or by pressure. It always amps me up and always use that pressure to help me get in the zone, focus up, and prepare. So it'll be good.
Yeah, I mean, you seem to thrive under pressure. A lot of other guys crumple under it. I don't think I've ever seen you rattled under pressure. I've actually been at, both times when you're fighting down to the last couple stages for nationals. I was sitting there watching it, and
both times. That is right.
You didn't look shook at all, which I can't say the same about the other guys shooting with you, which is impressive because you're so young. I mean, you are young. You're not even, I don't think, even legally allowed to drink yet, right?
Not legally allowed to drink, no. I'm 20 years old.
You're obviously in a frat, so, not going to act like you're not drinking. But, I mean, that's impressive to have the poise because that's a big moment. That's right. I mean, that's the Super Bowl of our sport, really, is what USPSA Nats is. And to just be calm and poised, when you're in that situation, it was kind of it was cool to look around and look at everybody's face, which me and Chase were sitting there, and he even said, he was like, dude, everybody here looks shook except for one guy. And it's the youngest guy there. We were like, what is going on? It was pretty cool to watch.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting. I mean, I absolutely love the first stage. Absolutely love the first stage because everyone's all nervous and everything. I'm like, all right, let's get this party started. Like, where are we starting here? So I think I definitely came out of the gate the strongest and most confident I have this year, almost inadvertently. Like I always try to stay real controlled, shoot good points, get a good stage in my belt, and I came out pretty strong this year. But I mean, as far as the pressure thing, I actually do worse when there's not enough pressure. Like all my mistakes come when I'm up by a ton. My mistakes, yep. I've yet to really make any mistake or have a miss or anything like that when I'm losing or when it's close. Every time that the matches become close at 2019 and 2020, I just like absolutely hit it and like had my best run. So I have a new strategy, actually. My new strategy, because I always do well under pressure, I always do well when it's tight. I don't do as well when I'm like, wow, I have a 60-point lead at nationals. Like, let's go ahead and shoot strong hand the rest of the stages. Like when I have it like very chill, relaxed feeling, it's pretty hard to like feel that that pressure. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to win each day. I'm not going to try to win the match. I'm going to try to win each day. And so if I went to day 3, it was like, oh, I'm up 0, right? Shoot the first stage, I'm up 1 point. I get a little bit more scrappy and a little bit more competitive. So I think that will help a ton. So I'm going to try to win each day rather than just thinking big picture in the match.
That's a good mentality to have. I've been actually trying to adopt that, and I've been trying to shoot multiple day format matches over the this last season and this season. I'm trying to shoot nothing but multiple day formats and take that mentality into it as well. Like new day, new match, new me. Like let's figure it out.
We gotta win it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if I gotta win now, right? I'm not trying to play it safe because I'm up by however much, or swing for the fences because I'm down by however much. It's just take it day by day and see what happens. And I think that's a pretty cool mentality to have. So I'm excited to see one, where you go this season, because everybody, you almost have the same effect as the guys who keep winning, right? So everybody wants to see them fall. Right.
Oh, absolutely.
There's a lot of people, I won't name any names just because there's a ton of them, but everybody's wanting to see you lose.
Oh, right? Absolutely. And I absolutely love that. I absolutely love that. I wouldn't have it any other way.
But there's also a lot of people who want to see you win. I mean,
you love those guys. We love those guys. We love those guys.
Yeah.
Those guys are the real ones. The real ones that have been with me, ups and downs, right? Those are the real boys, the people that always support me. So shout out all them. If you all know who you are, but the real ones, right? But absolutely. I mean, it's pretty shocking how much stuff I hear talk behind my back. It's shocking how much like hate mail I get in my DMs. I had some guy the other day telling me, oh, like you act like this or whatever, and oh, you haven't even shot a world shoot yet. I'm like, I'm getting there. Relax, I'm getting there. And I'm like, shout out to that guy, because they gave me the motivation that day. Didn't really want to go to the gym. We went to the gym. We made it happen. So we love that. So we need both. We need the positive supporters and the negative supporters. So it's kind of interesting.
I get my jollies and I get my drive from the people that want to see me fail.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't want to work out. I don't want to eat right. I don't want to dry fire. I don't want to go live fire practice 4 days a week. But every time I go, I don't really want to do that. I act with my wife is good about this. She'll be like, the people who want to see you fucking fall on your face, they want to see you not do it. And I'm like, oh, all right, here we go. So pushes me.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, you almost got to look at it as, it's almost a compliment, because at this point, you haven't lost a major match since
forever ago.
Mm-hmm. Since I could remember. I think 2018 Nationals, you got third.
Third at.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
You got third. That was the first time I met you. I was like, who the fuck is this kid? Because that was my first Nationals. I was like, and I'd only been shooting for like 4 months. I was like, who's this dude? And then I saw you just banging away. I was like, that's a child. And then I really
back then
felt,
it was comparatively, absolutely.
Yeah. So since then, then you went. Then the next year you went on this tear, just area win, nationals, area win. We were like, what in the fuck? Like who? Right. What is this guy? What is this guy on? So it was pretty cool to watch, and I'm excited to see World Shoot. I'm excited to see this year.
Yep. I'm really crossing my fingers for that to happen, just to set the stage for everyone for that. Right now I'm a junior, so I have I'm finishing out my spring quarter, then I have 1 more year, and I've taken classes the last 2 summers, and also I've taken 4 classes every quarter instead of 3 classes. So I've been really like loading up my classes, and technically I could graduate this quarter, basically a year early, but I'm adding on a sales minor, and also I want to complete some other stuff at UW. And so I'm basically ready to go take off the fall, have no classes in the fall, and just train, just compete, just teach some, and shoot the world shoot. Because if I have to shoot it the next year, it's not going to be ideal because I'll be working in my first job, and so it'll kind of be tough to be like, all right, so I've been working here for 2 weeks or a month now. Can I please have a month off for the world shoot? They're going to be like, yeah, probably not. So now's the time. I want it now. So I'm prepared. I'm getting more prepared. I'm obviously not in my full like world shoot prep phase yet, since I'm still doing a little limited action sales certificate. It is, but people don't understand that one, Maddox. They don't understand the dynamic of UW, how the classes work. But yeah, so we're doing good.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's another thing. You know, the guys who you're competing against, this is their job. This is their job. All they do is shoot.
Absolutely.
And I mean that as in JJ, Casey, Cody Baker, Chris Tilley, Lesgar Murdoch, Shannon Smith. Yep. This is their job, right?
Right.
You've been going to school. You're a full-time college student.
Yeah.
Which is a full-time job. It really is. People who've never been to college don't understand that it's a lot, especially to do to maintain the level of dominance you've maintained while doing this, Froman. Yeah, somebody was talking about your locks earlier. Look at those golden
this is just the curls. I do a little short on the sides and the curls up top. It's naturally pretty curly.
But, yeah, I get what you're doing. You know, all the ladies in the dormitory over there.
No.
Many things. You are late, bro. This is terrible. So, I don't go there. He's a very good friend of mine, as are you. I gotta stay somewhat neutral in the middle. I love you both, but anyway, full-time college student, right?
It's tough balance.
It's a tough balance, right?
Yep.
Like I work a full-time job, right? And I also try to do this full-time, and it's almost impossible. It's almost impossible. And I'm not doing it on the level you're doing it, right? I'm not dominating.
I mean, honestly,
I'm good, but
I mean, people may not like this, but I'd honestly rather have a full-time job, because when I go to class for like 4 to 6 hours a day, especially now because I'm taking 4 classes. So I actually like physically have to be present in class for 6 hours a day. That's 2 less than a normal working day. Plus, if I just spend 2 hours on homework, which would be probably like a fairly light night, I'm now hitting 8 hours. So, and it's not just like work or most work. Like when I was doing internship last summer, I go in for 8 hours and I just be done, right? Fortunately, I didn't have stuff that would like trail with me home. Whereas like with homework, I'm in class for almost the same time as a full-time work day, plus the homework that will carry in later in the night. So, I mean, it's pretty easy to be like, oh, he's just in school, he's got nothing going on. But I do have quite a bit going on. I mean, I have the crazy planners to prove it. Trust me.
Yeah, for sure. So getting back to World Shoot, you've beaten everybody.
Everybody in the United States, yeah.
You've beaten everybody in the U.S. You got Jorge Ballesteros.
Or Ballesteros,
Ballesteros, whatever. I used to think your name was Sailor before everyone told me it was Siler. So you've got Jorge, whatever the fuck, and you've got Eric Grafel.
Yep, 2 legends, 2 beasts, World Shoot vets.
Monsters. Are you excited to shoot against those guys? I mean, because here's the thing. You've beaten everybody in the U.S., and all the guys in the U.S., for the most part, have beaten those guys. Yeah, at one point or another.
To an extent. I've tried to make the comparisons that you're talking about. And, I mean, JJ Rakaza has beaten quite a few of the international guys. Obviously, it's, like, pretty hard to compare because it's, like, different matches and stuff. I think Eric is the only matches I've ever seen him lose like on video is like the limited pro-am and the open pro-am, and maybe like some other matches. I mean, but pretty much undefeated. So I'm pretty excited for that challenge. Obviously respect the guy quite a bit, and
he is undefeated at World Shoots. He got silver his first year. He's undefeated at World Shoots. If he shoots a World Shoot, he gets a gold medal. That has been him for the last 2 decades. Right. How pumped would you be to show up after dominating in the U.S. for now going to be 3 years, right? Assuming everything goes the same trajectory, which it leads me to believe, yes, I haven't seen. I mean, look at this last weekend. I mean, it seems to be trending that way. Still getting better, and you just
100%.
dominated. You just dominated the limited division at Area 6 against 2 guys who were in the top 3. Right? The only one that wasn't there was Mason Lane, and look at the percentage differences. I mean, would it made a difference if Mason was there? I don't know. I'm gonna say no.
Yeah,
right?
That'd be a fair assessment. I would agree.
Yeah. So when you shoot again, how dope would it be to just cap it off with dethroning not even arguably the best shooter to ever pick up a handgun?
I'd definitely be pretty excited to do that, knowing how people do things in this sport and this in life in generally. They'd be like, oh, he's older now, or make some excuse like that. But I know
ass. He's in better shape now than he was back then. You've seen that dude? He's doing fucking Superman push-ups and
I completely
all
agree.
this crazy shit.
That's what people would say. That is what people would say. But would I be excited? Absolutely. But it's not really about that for me. For me, it's just I want to shoot to my ability, and when the scores come out, the scores are going to come out. Of course I want to win. Of course I'm going to track my percentage against him, my points against him, and fight against him. I definitely feel like the underdog, which is really good because I honestly haven't felt as much like that as of late in the U.S., which I really hate because I still see myself like that. And so I'm really excited about that going to the World Shoot. So it's real exciting.
I'm excited, man. I'm pretty pissed that there's no way to stream the World Shoot. Like, I want to watch it live.
Yeah, it's funny. The Talladega World Speed Championship, great idea for USPSA, but absolutely fumbled the bag on execution. I mean,
horrible.
Horrible execution. They're showing like kind of random people shooting, which I think is cool to stream people throughout the day. But what I want to watch is the top steel challenge shooters duke it out. I want to see that live, and I would watch that during the day.
100%.
So it's unfortunate that we can't see that, but hopefully they'll fix that for sure.
I got so much shit from boomers in my DMs and my Facebook feed from me posting that story, talking about how, like, one, they didn't fucking advertise it to anyone, right?
Yeah.
Nobody knew.
No one knew about it.
Fumbled on it.
Yeah.
And two, the execution was fucking hot dog water.
Yeah, no, it was bad.
Absolutely a dumpster fire. And I've been telling them for, fuck, a year and a half, like, hey, there's a way to do this properly, and here's how you do it. And they just pretty much said, we'll give it a half-ass attempt, right? We'll record it on an iPhone on a tripod and fucking stream it through a potato.
We need to get a GoFundMe and send Josh, our boy Josh, to go out there and stream it for all of us and get the actual match. That's maybe what we need to do.
For real.
We would love that. We would love that.
If I was graced with the ability to go, I would definitely fucking live stream the whole thing from my phone. But just because I know, like, yes, I would want to go and I would want to compete, but the likelihood of me winning the World Shoot if I did make it to be here this time is obviously just not a thing. So I would just be there for the experience, and I would fucking live stream the whole thing. I'd be going for it. Don't get me wrong, because crazier shit's happen.
Yeah.
But
it's an experience to be there. So,
it's just an
I would just make a vacation out of it, honestly. It'd be pretty cool to go.
It would. I honestly thought about it. I looked at it and I was like, man, Thailand would be a cool experience. I told my wife, I was like, you got some time off work. I got some time off work. Make a vacation out of it. She's like, I'm not going to go sit in Thailand and sweat my nuts off for
that is true.
2 weeks watching other people shoot. Yeah. She's like, you're not even going to be shooting. Why the fuck would I go? I was like, yeah.
That'd be tough.
But yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm praying to God that somehow Brian finds his way over there for some Hunters HD Gold action.
I would love that.
Loads his fucking pimp van up in a boat and makes it down there and live streams the whole thing, because that'd be incredible. But I doubt it. I'm just gonna have to check in with you every day. Like, hey,
I'll be posting. I know Max Michelle for the last one, like totally dark, and I like sort of do that for nationals, but I love doing the little post, like, day 1 complete, up 20 points, day 2 complete, up 40 points, like, not happy, like, let's go crush it tomorrow. And then I love just like radio silence, and I get like message throughout the day, like, you're close, do this, whatever. And then I obviously don't see that stuff. I turn my phone off during the match, but then at the end, just posting the picture. We did it. We made it happen. We love it.
Yeah, we did it. Yeah, you're I don't know. I'm usually pretty dark at big matches too. I don't, I don't post a whole lot, like area matches and nationals. I really don't like local matches or not local matches,
easy.
but But smaller majors, I'm just kind of like, all right, I'll do whatever.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
But anywho, so we've talked about World Shoot. We've talked about everything else. Now let's talk about Area 6.
Let's talk about
it. Because I'm going to be honest with you. Like, you're my homie.
Mm-hmm.
I did not see that coming.
Yeah, the funny thing is you weren't the only one that didn't see it coming.
I don't think anyone did.
So many people doubting me. So many people were sending me messages like, yo, like, I just don't think that's a good idea. But,
not doubting you. I was not doubting.
Not doubting. No, I'm not saying you in particular. But a lot of people are like, oh, like, don't hurt your image and, like, don't go to a match that you don't know you're going to win. I'm like, all right, where is the fun in that? Where's the challenge in that? And so I was like, all right, you're just fueling the fire at this point. So you're putting more sticks in the fire, and love that, and prepared for it. I mean, honestly, I could have been like 100 times more prepared, but I felt really prepared enough. I was like, all right, this is pretty good. Had my doubts, but it was pretty confident when I got there and started to shoot. It's like, all right, we could totally do this. So it was fun. Yeah.
We were sitting at the Atlas tent at Dragon's Cup, which, by the way, you were missed. We're sitting at the Atlas tent, and all of a sudden Mike just stands up and goes, holy shit, he did it. And we're like, what? And he goes, bro, look at the Area 6 results. And I'm like, oh shit. I pull it up, and I'm like, at that point, John Browning hadn't finished, right?
Gotcha.
So I was like, 6.5%. Holy fuck. It's like, oh my God, that was an ass whipping.
I wish it was 7.5, but we had other plans on literally the last shot of the match. But dude, not the last shot, last stage of the match.
It was nuts. And like, we all kind of were sitting there, and then of course we're at the Atlas tent, and you won the match with, the best limited gun on earth, the Atlas Artemis. And we're like, oh fuck yeah. And you could see kind of Adam was just like, yeah, fucking right he did, fucking hey. It was legit, man. It was pretty cool. We were all pretty pumped, another big match in the books for you, this time limited. I mean, you continued your undefeated streak in a totally different division that you've only been shooting for a couple months.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, now begs the question, like, say limited and open nationals aren't on the same schedule next year.
Yeah, see, the thing is like, I really want to have like a pretty hard focus. And so like, if the World Shoot doesn't happen, I'll be incredibly tempted to shoot Optics nationals. And I was actually planning on it. And then I looked at my calendar and looked at I had literally something every single weekend up until nationals and past nationals for another 3 weekends. Pretty much, maybe 1 or 2 breaks in between. But I was like, all right, I just have so much going on. I don't know how much attention I'm going to have to like really like train another gun. And then also it's like, I think having balance in like life is super important between like school, relationship between family, friends, everything like that is super important. So I don't want to just like brush that all aside for like just to go after Optics. Like the real goal here is the World Shoot, and it has been, it's always will be. And so I really want to focus on that. But yeah, it's incredibly tempting. Just trying to go iron to dot like really quickly is hard. Going dot to iron is way harder than iron to dot for sure. But I don't know. Not really on the cards this year. But if I wasn't in school or if my work was super lenient, I could just take the whole week off and do it. I'd 100% do it. I just need to get my hands ready so I could shoot a bunch of rounds in between the days and stuff like that.
For sure. Everyone, like all the Atlas guys, are talking about how much of a raging boner they had when that happened.
We love
that. Chase said get the hell out of his division. I guess, honestly, Chase, at this point, he's got the big win. I mean, it's his division if he fucking wants it.
Oh, why did I not go to Dragon's Cup? Dragon's Cup was the same weekend as Area 6, and the top limited shooters were at Area 6, so I wanted to go see how I stacked up against them.
Honestly, I was a little disappointed you didn't show up on a surprise visit with the open gun and shoot against KC.
Oh, been hilarious. Yeah, I mean, so here's what happened. So my dad was
I wanted to beat KC, but my dot ended up breaking on stage 2, and I shot the whole match Kentucky windage because I couldn't zero my dot, and my other gun was not there properly. So
we hate that.
I felt like I could have done it, but if you'd have been there, I'd have been like, at that point, I'd have been like, your little fucking get him! Fucking get him!
See, I I had a lot of school going up to it. Actually, like when I came back, I had a swamped with a ton of school. And so I left Thursday night after my dad worked. So we got in at like 3 a.m. in North Carolina. So it was like my time at 12. And I was like, okay, do I really want to wake up in 3 hours from now and shoot all day Friday and then fly out and go shoot it? And I was like, all right, I wanted to, but shooting on 3 hours, my first limited match, like didn't seem like a great plan. But after I finished on Saturday, I was looking at flights, but this one really would have worked great. But I mean, if it was like during the summer or something, I would have worked something out a little bit better. But it's hard because as soon as you miss one flight, you're hosed, and it's I don't know how much I wanted to play with it. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a smart decision. It was a smart decision to stay there and focus on your match. Plus, I mean, Dragon Cup this year was absolutely fucking gangster. It was legit.
Yeah,
but
I'll be there next year, 100%.
Next year, it won't be on the same schedule as A6. We're actually talking with A6 director, making sure that doesn't happen.
I like how early it is. It's pretty fun to have it early.
It is. It is fun. It was maybe a little earlier next year.
Down.
I don't know.
It's good weather. I'm down.
Dude, the weather is never good in Odessa, but it's a little bit better at this time of the year than it is, later in the year when it's 120,000 degrees and sucks balls.
I just on a fan. Can you hear that fan by chance or no?
Not really. If somebody else can, they'll let us know.
If someone hears the fan, let me know. I'll turn it off.
Yeah, Mike and Chase are kind of upset because I said that you were the limited guy, but they know they have my hearts. We're all Atlas at this point. I mean, you're not shooting for Atlas,
no,
but you're shooting an Atlas.
So
you're part of the family for limited for now. Mm-hmm. For now.
Yeah, everyone's been real nice to me. It's been pretty cool.
For now, you're only doing only limited. For now,
we'll see. We will see.
So I'm just gonna say I saw the 2.0, and I think once you see it and play with it, because I'm just saying one may show up on your doorstep, just to see what you think about it. It may or may not be mine, but you will get a 2.0. To just test out. I will make sure that happens, and then by then, you may just decide, fuck it, this is the way to go. In fact, Atlas is here, hey, if you want him shooting open, just saying, Morgan, make a 2.0, just appear on his front door, and what's he gonna say? No, nah, won't happen.
No, they've all been real nice and super helpful, so I obviously appreciate it a lot. So it's been cool.
Yeah, somebody said Mama's here. I mean, Morgan. Yeah. We have a running joke that she's the Atlas mom.
The Atlas mom, we love that.
Dude, yeah. I have a video from Dragon's Cup that I'm not allowed to share, but god damn, would it be awesome to.
might have to send it.
No, I can't. Yeah, I sent it to them and was like, hey, and funny, when I took the video, Adam was there, right, and he was like, full sin, bro, and I was like, oh yes, and then I waited because I forgot, honestly. So then after the match, I was like, kind of watched it again, and I'm like, in the moment, this was a great idea. But now, this may be fucked. So I sent it to Morgan, and I was like, what do you think, Mom? And she was like, I'll fucking murder you in your sleep. I was like, okay.
Don't post it.
Yeah, she was like, we're the good guys. Don't do it. I was like, okay. But yeah, I'll show you. But yeah, you'll get a kick out of it. So honestly, let's change gears a little bit, right? So you've been shooting for a long time. I mean,
like 6-7 years now. Yeah.
Yeah, 6-7 years.
Seriously,
that's
probably only a couple. Probably like 5.
Don't make me feel worse. Just say 7. Just say 7. Just say 7.
Then. I'm 20 now. Started 13, 14.
It gives me hope because this is my 3rd year, right? So like I think maybe by 6 or 7 I'll be doing that. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll be winning all areas and national titles. We'll see. You'll go limited. I'll stay open. We'll stay out of each other's way. No big deal.
Or vice versa.
Or vice versa. Fine, whatever. But yeah, I mean, you've been shooting for a long time. When was your like big click in your head where you were like, because I mean, obviously when you first started like taking this serious, the guys like Casey, JJ, Max, they all like, to most people are like unobtainium, right? You look at them and you're like, that is the pinnacle. I'm not there yet, right? When was the switch in your head where you were like, fuck these guys. I am one of these guys, right?
It was definitely 2018 Nationals. 2018 Nationals placed 3rd at, and I was like, wow, like I hadn't touched the gun in 2 weeks or a week or 2 weeks beforehand. And I was like, it was in school. I was just a freshman in college, like wasn't getting trained as much. And I was like, all right, we're sending nationals. And I placed third, and I had like a big mistake, skipped a target. I'm like, oh, wow, if I didn't skip a target, I would have been second. Wait, what if I shot a little bit better? Like, I could definitely do this. So started training a lot harder.
You weren't far off either.
No. I mean, I think JJ definitely had a lot of points there, but like I was nowhere even relatively the same person that I am today. Like nowhere near. Like mentally, physically, and also just like my skills, right? And so like at that point, I literally had someone zero. In 2018, I had a guy Eddie Garcia zeroed my gun in the practice bay because I couldn't shoot like a softball-sized group at 15 yards. So it was bad. I just like had a lot of like natural talent, not natural, but I was training a good amount like early on, but I wasn't as refined as I am today, and I also had like a lot more skill development than I did. But then after I won a couple of the area matches, I'm like, all right, we can do this, and I'm starting to draw some comparisons. I'm like, okay, so if this guy was this many points below JJ at this match, wait, I just beat him by this much. That means we would have been tied. And then the next match, I'm like, all right, I would have been ahead of him. Okay, all right, we can do this. And then I shot IPSC Nationals, and someone JJ was saying something like, right now, like, I don't see Christian as a threat. Like, the more threatening people are, like, Chris Tilley and Casey because of their experience. I'm like, all right, just lit a fire right there. And so I was like, all right, we can do this. Like, I'm really going to do this year. And I started training a bunch more, started really, really refining my skills. 2018 to 2019, learned how to shoot the gun. So good. Learned all the proper fundamentals. Really, really focused on like my physical fundamentals because I always shot at sights pace, but it was actually my physical fundamentals that was contributing to a lot more of my misses. And then I really started like honing my execution of how I shot the gun. Like I got the physical fundamentals good, and then like the more of the mental fundamentals, like shooting at sights pace, my shot calling started getting developed a lot better. And at 2019, I think I just like, and this is like me saying it like the most humble way possible, I just shot the gun better than everyone at 2019 Nationals, but I had a lot of movement things that weren't very efficient. And so at 2019 Nationals, I could just call shots better and shoot, execute better, and shoot, I wouldn't say faster. I can just shoot the points as fast as the dot allowed and stay controlled and execute. And then between 2019 and 2020, I was like, oh my gosh, there are so many different movement things I can work on. And I really got my movement honed. And then in 2020, kind of had the double threat or triple threat really of good mental game, which I've always kind of just had, and then good shooting abilities and good movement. And I would say, hot take, but I was not as prepared for 2020 Nationals as I was 2019 Nationals, but my skill levels were so much higher than they were at 2019 Nationals that I didn't really have any problem at 2020 Nationals.
Yeah, that's funny to think about. Like, you were less prepared, but almost more dominant.
Yes, more dominant and less prepared. 2019 Nationals, shot way more rounds, shot way more matches. I set all my stuff together in 2020. All my skills were just cherry on top type stuff. I shot a little bit, and I was like, okay, we're good to do this. So right now, for me to prepare for a match, if you give me 3 weeks and like 3,000 rounds and a couple like 5 or 6 practice sessions, I'm pretty much geared up to go into almost any match. And that's just because I know what I need to do. Like right now, I feel like I have a really, really good formula. I have a really good formula of just all the different skills, how I practice them, how I develop them, and how I develop them over time in a 3 to 4 week period to tune up for a match. I mean, honestly, like if I could have 6 months, great, right? I have more time on the individual skills, but 3 to 4 weeks, I can tailor 5 to 6 practice sessions into just the ultimate gear up, tune up for a match. And so, I mean, it's very similar to what I teach. I teach the whole system of everything, of how I practice, how I train, all the techniques to develop, kind of how to test them as well, and then just go into a match and do it. So that's what I did for Limited. It was like a really good test of how I could take what I teach, do it myself for a different division, really go through all the steps, and be prepared for the match. So it was very interesting.
You should break bread like Jesus said on some of that with me off here. Just saying.
See, so it's not like I'm just gonna tell you something that you've never heard before. I mean, yeah. I think there's probably a few little golden nuggets, even for the top level people. Like I've had a couple GMs I've taught before, and there's a few gold nuggets like, wow, that was explained differently, or that was maybe presented in a different way, or I understand that differently. And maybe one or two things that, I haven't really heard that before, and so it's new. But most of the time, it's just the way, the order, and also how it's explained and how you can implement it. I think that makes more of the difference, but it's more of just a system. I think a lot of people go in their practice sessions or their approach for the year, and they're like, all right, I'm going to go practice shooting and all this stuff. But if you really break it down and isolate individual skills and individual techniques, you do much better.
I like that. I like that a lot. I maybe get sucked into that. I think I get sucked into sometimes of like, I feel like I have a good practice session, and then I wrap it up and I go back and I look at what I actually did, and I'm like, I could have fucking done that way better. I could have focused on X, right? Which I'm starting to take that approach now where like I look at my match performances and then I go, okay, this skill cost me X.
Right.
I need to put Y into it to learn it better. So next match, that is now a strong suit, right? And I've been doing that over the last probably realistically 5 months of just, and it's helped. Like my shooting has gotten extremely more consistent. Right. Extremely more consistent. And I'd say it's marginally better, but I feel like I'm starting to really hit that slope of I'm figuring it out, right? I'm shooting state like Dragon's Cup. I think my optic was good for a couple stages, and on those stages I was on the nuts of Casey Eusebio. Like I'm like, okay, right? I mean, he is one of the best guys. And I was like, okay, this is my shooting. This is how good I am presently right now. What did he do better than me? Let's look at that skill. Let's figure out how to fix that skill. So I've been playing with that a lot, and I wish I had more time to do it. I've been fucking got a million other things going on, but I'm still finding time to go practice and stuff. But my practice has been weird lately. You know, I don't have as much equipment as I did before, so I'm having to get creative with a couple target stands and a couple pieces of steel, which is plenty, really.
Right.
You don't need much more than that. But
I agree.
But it's been fun.
Would I die though to have one of those indoor facilities like Michelangelo, or what's it called? It's like
Archangel Michael.
Yeah, Archangel Michael Club. If I had access to all those different activators and swinger sequences, that would be nuts. But Mike said for 2021, we'd be the most prepared. I'm making a promise to myself and a promise to everyone that's ever supported me. If this World Shoot happens in November, December time of next year, I'll be the most prepared, most fine-tuned version of myself ever possible. I have all the time to do it. I have everything planned out. I know exactly how to do it, and I'll be ready for it. So I really want it to happen.
That's a fucking terrifying notion. That like, oh, hey, by the way, guys, I was fucking not prepared for last year. This year, I'm gonna fucking come prepared. Like, that's a pretty terrifying thing. I mean, I'm shooting open, and I'm not gonna lie to you. In my head, I think by nationals, I'm gonna be performing well enough to like jump into the top 10 somewhere. And I'm thinking, man, fuck, I wonder how much percent he's going to put on me by then, you know? But that's a loser mentality.
And
I'll wipe that out of my head. And I'm fucking coming for you, boy.
Let's do it. I mean, in 2019, I was the most prepared, meaning I was the most fine-tuned I had been and the most prepared at my level of current skill. At 2020, my level of current skill exceeded my preparation and my time on those skills. And so that's just life. The Nationals this year had a lot more stuff going on. I just moved from one fraternity house to another. We're in a big remodel and a lot of stuff going on. But I still found the time to get prepared and up to a level I could perform at. But if I can really take the time this year and develop the skills that I continue to learn and develop, it's gonna be pretty nuts. I mean, anyone that can look at my match results, anyone that can just watch my shooting and know what they're talking about and look at my shooting knows that I'm continually getting better. The mistakes are slowly getting refined out. Or not even slowly refined out, match by match getting refined out. So I'm just really excited, really grateful for where I'm at, and it's cool looking back sometimes. But I only look forward. Now.
It was fun watching you run that limited gun and going, fuck. I bet if he shot that with his open gun, there would be hardly any difference.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of difference. There's a couple stages I was like, wow, if I had an open gun, I would not break the gun one time. And all these open guys are breaking the gun. Man, if I had an open gun, I'd shoot on the move across all this stuff. And I probably should have at some points in the match. I probably could have done it with limited gun, but I'm shooting real controlled. But yeah, with the open gun, it's crazy. You can just hammer stuff. It's funny when you go shoot a limited gun, and I honestly don't think that all open shooters could do well with the limited gun or iron sight gun in general. It's its own beast. It really is.
It is. It's a different animal. I'm starting to prep for limited 10 nationals. I'm kind of shooting it just for fun on a whim.
Yep.
Honestly, honestly, the only reason I'm shooting is because they sent me an Artemis.
Mm-hmm. It's a great gun. I like it.
Atlas was like, "Here's an Artemis. Have fun." I was like, "Well, fuck. Now I got to do something with it, and I can't shoot limited nationals." So I was like, "L10 nats. Why not?"
You'll be my backup gun at nationals in advance, just so you know.
I've got a Nemesis that will be your backup gun.
That'll be my backup. I don't care.
Yeah. I know.
Easy.
I'll have my Artemis and my Nemesis, and then I think Chase will have his Artemis and his other Artemis. There will be plenty of Atlas guns.
Backup. Yeah, even if it's a Nemesis, I don't mind that at all. It's a 5.4. It's like 4.
There's plenty of fucking Atlas guns there. So, So, how are you liking that thing, man? Come on now. It's pretty.
Oh, I like
titties.
the gun. I like the gun. Shoots pretty well. I mean, I don't really have many comparables for 40 cal. Obviously, since I've never shot limited gun before, but shoots well, tracks well, good recoil impulse. So it's good. The real big difference between obviously this may be more obvious for some than others, but the difference between a limited gun and an open gun is obviously 40 cal, so it actually has recoil. It returns to the same spot I pull the trigger every time where the sights are, for better or for worse. So, meaning that if your first shot is not in the center of alpha, it's going to return to not in the center of alpha. But so you start it there, it'll be good. So 40 cal actually has recoil, and also shot calling with the iron sight gun's a little bit harder because there's a little bit more to play with there. It's not just the dot where the dot is. So it's a little bit more into that. Yeah,
3 points of reference instead of 2. It's a little bit different.
Once you get the hang of it, you get the hang of it. I mean, my first session was like really discouraging. I was like, wow, this is tough. But I kept working on it, went through my progression, trusted the process, and it worked out pretty well. So if you ever get discouraged, give another session or 2 or 3, and try to not just like go into a session, just like beat yourself up. Try to fix the individual problems and isolate why that's happening, and you can work from there a little bit.
Yeah, I mean that Atlas return to 0 is a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing if you're in the A zone, but if you're not, it's a motherfucker.
It is.
Mike said he'll have both of his Artemis pistols at home.
You can send it to my FFL. I'll treat it very nicely in the meantime.
Come on, Mike. You know you want your Artemis to win the L10 Nats, you know? Or you can just show up and shoot L10 Nats, you fucking boomer.
Yeah, definitely could show up.
Somebody said no. Well, I'll answer that because Atlas is better.
No, I mean the details
doesn't matter.
Details doesn't really matter, but
doesn't matter.
I think it's all working out.
Your open guns though,
really nice.
Have you started running those yet?
So I shot, I think 300 rounds through it. My phone's just in the sun; it's getting beat on here. I got an Eddie Garcia open gun. I have another one coming, and maybe even a third one. I really, really like the guns, so I'll get a backup pretty soon. Excuse me. I shot the open gun. I really, really like it. Shot at one practice session. Really liked the way that the dot tracks. It's probably the softest gun that I've shot thus far. The dot tracks really well, really consistent and predictable path. The fit's really good. The slide to frame fit is really, really good. All the sanding and the beveling and everything he does by hand with the file. All hand work with him. And so it's a really nice gun. I mean, I'm really grateful for him to build it for me too. He's a great guy.
He does good work, man. He's good people.
He does. Absolutely.
He's really good people. I met him at Nationals. I won
the local today. Love that.
Oh, nice. Okay. Awesome. Nice. That took forever for the scores to be posted.
Yeah, this is Area 6.
Yeah, Mel was there. He won't be happy. Sucker. Get 20 years younger and maybe we'll rock it out. So what are you still going to use the Leopold dots? Are you still on that train or no?
I've been using the
SIGs this year.
Yeah, I've been using the Romeo 3XL since 2019 Nationals.
I have had amazing fucking luck with those. I actually have 103,000 rounds on my main gun.
Yep.
And it just now had the first issue,
flicker?
And that was at Dragon's Cup. It wasn't a flicker; it lost 0. It wouldn't hold 0 anymore.
I've never had that problem. You should reach out to them and talk to them because
I did. They're already sending me 2 new ones.
the old dots that I was using, I broke like probably 5 or 6 of them in 1 year, and I have not replaced a single one of my red dots since. And I have a lot of rounds on them, so they worked well. What's going to take to get facial hair on Christian? I've had facial hair. If you go to my Facebook page, I think like in 2019, I had
somebody said puberty.
A little beard. Oh, we love that. We love that. Now I like the clean shaven look a little bit too much, so. Yeah.
The only reason I have the facial hair, to be honest, is because of my job. Nobody really wants to take business advice from a guy that looks like a child. So I actually shaved it off probably 6 or 7 months ago. It grows back really fucking fast, so I don't think anyone ever saw it on the gram. But I actually shaved it off and didn't tell my wife, and showed up to dinner because she got off work late, and we met up with some friends. And it was mid-COVID, so I had the little mask thing on. And it was a little buff, and I go to give her a kiss, and I pull it down. And she goes, "What the fuck?" She was like, "Oh my God, you look like a child." I was like, "This is why I have to have facial hair, because nobody's gonna listen to me if I look 19 years old trying to tell you, oh yeah, you should invest X amount of millions of dollars into Y. They're gonna be like, go fuck yourself, go back to college, you douche." Yeah, so this is why I have to keep this, and it makes me look a little bit older than I actually am, but whatever. Wait till your double chin shows up. That's why everyone rocks the goatee. Yeah. I don't know who said ouch. Oh, Montanez said hey. So, I am going to ask you, because this is a personal question for me. You're running the RL 1100, right?
I am, yeah.
Did you have a Super 1050?
I did. I have both. I started on a 650 and then got the 1050 and then just upgraded to 1100.
Is the 1100 better
than the 1050? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a lot smoother. There's a lot of other features that you obviously look up the whole list and the differences, because they're kind of like minute details you have to see on the press. But as far as just the motion of the press going up and down and how it turns, it's a little bit smoother, a little bit more consistent. I've had no problems with it. I really never had any problems with the 1050 either. I mean, I think if anyone's on the fence of upgrading their press from a 650 to an 1100, or a 750 to 1100, it's a no-brainer at all. If you're shooting 1050 now, eventually upgrading to 1100 is good, especially for automation purposes. Will be good. But yeah, it's real smooth. I like the press a lot. I've loaded a lot of 40 on it, not a lot of 38 Super Comp on it, but most every other round that I've had is on the 1050.
I have a 1050 on a Mark 7, a Super 1050 on a Mark 7. I'll be honest with you. I am a hot 5 seconds and another missed primer from throwing that motherfucker in the garbage and just ordering an RL 1100.
Yeah, the 1100 is pretty solid, so would not be a bad decision. So
it's done me good. Granted, I've probably loaded 200,000 rounds on that thing, and it was running like a champion. And as of the last couple months, man, the priming system alone has made me want to I've grabbed it and been like, I'm gonna rip this fucking thing off. Like, it is really upsetting. I'm getting to the point where I'm like, okay, RL 1100 or just full blown Mark 7. Here we go. But I'm not spending $14,000. My wife would fucking murder me. So, but you can't get an RL 1100 right now.
Yeah, I mean, I've been down to Dillon, and they're absolutely swamped. They're working as fast as possible, and but they'll get there eventually. How much teaching do you plan to do in the future? Enjoy enough full time? Yeah, I definitely enjoy teaching. It's a lot of fun. I taught another class last Saturday locally here. I try to fit them in when I can. I really usually don't teach during school. I taught one last weekend for a local range, but I love teaching. I mean, I love doing it full time. It's just that I understand this sport. There's ups and downs. There's ebbs and flows. And I want to have a little bit more consistency and a little bit more of a trajectory for a future. And I like doing this as kind of my thing. And so obviously, if some company wanted to sponsor me full time, I think it'd be an opportunity I'd love to take. But I'm obviously going to school and sticking with that route for now. But yeah, no, I love it. It's just hard to do right now during school because I have to leave on a Friday and then come back usually on a Monday the next day because I can't leave Sunday night. So it's like 4 days away. So it's just hard to do that. Where do you teach?
Take my money.
Yeah. You go to christianseilertraining.com. The only 2 classes that are not filled right now, there's 1 spot for the California class and then I think a couple spots for the Monroe, Louisiana class. But I don't plan on really adding any more classes for the year. If the World Shoot does happen and I take off the fall, I'll definitely add some more then. I'll teach a few locally, possibly, during my internship this summer. But just super, super hard for me to take off time from school and from work to go do it now. But I love doing it. I do it whenever I can. but just having a balance again is really important to me. So
yeah. So
is my lighting all right here? By the way, I'm not in the sun or anything.
You're good.
Let me know.
Yeah, I can see your gorgeous curls. They're fine. They're glowing.
My baby blue eyes as well.
Your baby blue eyes. Yeah. Trying to slay the women up in here. Yeah, so just so you know, I'm trying to put something together where me and like 3 other we'd be considered, high-level shooters.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to try to do a different class every quarter.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting fucking bombarded with like, got to get Christian down here. And I'm like, man, he's going to school full time. He's fucking dealing with 100 other things.
We might be able to find a class. Day. I mean, if I'm going to go add another class, it's going to be, we got 12 or 8 to 10 super committed guys that want to learn and want to get better. I'll be like, all right, I'm there. But
no, I mean, what we want to do is 5 guys, pay more, whatever the fuck. But this is going to be straight up. These are already high level bangers, and they want to get better. So we're going to fucking crank out some shit.
Yeah, that's the number one thing. Having people that want to learn and want to get better, absolutely love that. There is nothing that makes me happier than when someone comes and says, yo, I want to learn. I want to get a ton better. These are my goals. Help me do it. I'm your guy. I can 100% help you do it. I'll give you all the tools and knowledge to succeed. Then you just got to do it. So
yeah, Mike and Chase are on that list, and as you can see, they're all jazzed up about it.
Mm-hmm.
We wanna like 4 or 5 guys. Keep it small, keep it simple. Just we got literally private range access all to ourselves, all the equipment, fucking room and board covered. Like, get your ass over here and let's just bang out for like 2-3 days and just go hard in the paint.
Yeah, we'll have to make that one happen as well.
Yeah, see, Mike even said we'll come to you. Fuck it, I'm down. Me, Mike, Chase, and 2 other guys hop on a plane. We'll be there. Stay in a hotel close by, bro.
Easy.
Let's do it, bro. We'll hook it up after this. We'll talk about it. Me, you, Mike, and we'll figure it out. Because I'm serious. Like, I've taken JJ's class, taken Mike's class, or I've taken Max's class. Charlie's, Blake's, all those guys, and they're good. They're great, right? They got me to this level, but I'm a constant student of the sport no matter how good I ever get at this. Yeah. There's never enough. Like, I'm going to take a Tim Herron class just because I'm sure there's something that tiny little fuck can teach me. He's the little petite little son of a gun. Just kidding, Tim. I love you if you're on here. I don't know if you watch this or not, but I'm joking. You're beautiful. So we got a shit ton of I say we. Yeah. You got a shit ton of questions.
How about I do an absolute rapid fire? How about I do rapid fire? I'm not in any rush, but is this fan bugging anyone? I have it on here. You're good, right, Trevor? Okay.
No, you're good, bro.
I have my computer up here, and I haven't even read through all these ones, but we should just go rapid fire. What do you think?
Yeah, let's go rapid fire. Fuck it.
Okay.
You answer, and then I'll answer. I don't know if anyone gives a shit about what I think, but yeah, we'll figure it out.
So a lot of ones here I'm not going to answer, but what's the most common mistake you see what is the most common mistake you see beginner competitors make? Okay, so one of the things is they try to build a house without having good structure, and the good structure is proper fundamentals. So you can try to get really overcomplicated with stuff, but you have to start with good fundamentals. And so focusing on the fundamentals and building up from strong fundamentals will help a ton. So there's a lot of stuff there. What did someone say? Something's wrong?
No,
I don't know. Anyways,
he's talking about something else.
What do you think? And then does thumb rest help with recoil? Big fan from Thailand. Thumb rest helps a ton as long as it helps aid lock your wrist. Don't put pressure down. A lot of beginners are going to put a thumb rest on it and kind of mess up. I like the T, though. It's pretty hard to mess that one up since it's such a high angle. Barbados class, we'll see in the future.
Barbados? Fuck yeah, dude, do that.
I get a lot of emails from, foreign countries and stuff, but we always make sure those are legit, and we always would fly there and get guns. We never bring the guns there. And then Nemesis, no, it's the Artemis. And then what's the biggest aha moment in time shooting and how did it help you perform? Probably in the 2018 practice bay when Eddie Garcia was sighting in my gun. I was like, yep, I should probably be able to shoot a baseball or softball size group at all distances. Plans for the Thailand World Shoot, we talked about this. Can we save it? You'll be saving it, right?
Saving what? Oh yeah, this is going to get posted on my IG. It's also going to go on every podcast platform, YouTube. It's going to be on everything.
Perfect. And then it says, what is the best advice you have for a teen? And it got cut off. So maybe teen shooter, something like that. do well in school. It'll help you open up a lot of doors, and way more doors than maybe shooting will for anyone. So
for sure,
stay in school, do that sort of stuff.
Always dude, shooting is a hard thing to make a full-time career at.
Absolutely.
And unless you get a job with a big company, it's going to be teaching is how you make your money. And me personally, I'd rather do this, full-time as a passion and have other means. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm.
I see both sides of it all the time, but it's good to have a good platform. How to control recoil. Lots of good videos on grip. I may do something like that in the future. Is practicing stages in dry fire a benefit, pretending to run it through from beginning to end like in a match? A little bit confused on what exactly that's pertaining to, but practicing stages in dry fire, practicing arrays and focus on execution, stuff like that, transitions, all that stuff will be good. A good trigger press, getting good grip, draw, and all that stuff, like all that's good. I dry fire arrays. Stages would maybe help if you're moving, if you're having movement in it and you want to practice some movement stuff. As far as walking stages, I really would advise people to not run through those stages. It adds rush into your stage plan. That will happen naturally. And so I love to have really intense stage walkthroughs and stage analysis stuff there.
Yeah, I see a lot of people, literally, you see them walk a stage and they're like, and you're just like, get the fuck out of here. You retain zero of that information and you're going to fuck that stage up. But you 100%. See someone who knows what they're doing, look into a position like, where's my foot going to be? How am I going to enter this? How am I going to exit this? Is my gun going to be fully up? Am I coming into this position hard? Am I going to take this first? Am I going to initiate my reload as soon as I break this shot? Like, you see someone who's methodically looking at it, and then you see someone who like really wants to look cool, and like, there's no reason to look cool because you actually just look fucking retarded.
Exactly. Then how do you keep your head in the game when others on your squad are losing it? If someone's being like negative on your squad, you need to get away from them. And also, if someone's trying to bring you down by if someone comes up and tells me, oh, I just had a miss on this stage, I'm instantly going to walk away. Like, unless it's like a friend that's like, yo, I just had a miss, like, it sucks. Like, you got to be positive at all times. And you got some negative energy, you'll be nowhere on my squad or nowhere near me. So it's always positive vibes, always confident vibes, always working hard vibes, stuff like that. So that's
you got to, man. I ate a ginormous shit sandwich at Nationals. And every time everyone asks me, how's it going? I'm having a fucking blast.
Yeah, exactly. Even if you're not, you have to tell them that. Good question here. Who's your favorite shooter? My favorite shooter is probably Max Michel. He's still one of the guys that hasn't, the expression never meet your heroes. I've unfortunately experienced that way too many times with way too many people. He's the only one that stayed pretty real with me. So everything's subject to change, but I like Max. I like Max a lot. He's been real nice to me. So
Max is good people, man. I've gotten to know him pretty well, and he has. I've never like talked with him and felt like, when you talk to people and you can just tell they just want the conversation to end because they don't give a fuck about anything you're saying.
Yeah.
You never get that feeling with Max, and like he'll actually like I'll post a video of a stage, and he'll be like, "Hey, bro, you should have done X, Y, and Z instead of this, and here's why." And I'm like, oh, awesome. I didn't have to pay $600 for that information. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. You know what I mean?
No, totally. Exactly. What was I just going to say about that? Yeah. Sometimes it's hard. Excuse me. Sometimes it's hard at like nationals or something when I'm like about to shoot and some people start talking to me. But besides that, it's always good to have like good, genuine conversations with people. All right. We're rapid fire on these ones. 180 grain or 200 grains for 40 calibrating. 180 grains are good. Haven't tried 200s, so I'm a little bit biased, but I think they return the gun really well. Any training outside the range? Yeah, I go to the gym probably 3 or 4 times a week. Like last week, I went 4 times a week. I go down to IMA. It's like a student gym that we have here. Then also have a prison gym at the frat. Hit that a little bit. And then prison gym.
I thought you said a prison gym. I thought you were actually going to a prison gym. I was like, bro, look at your face, your eyes, and your hair. You would not last 2 seconds on a prison gym. Let's be real here.
I'd hold my own. Don't even worry.
Bro, you'd end up somebody's bitch so fast. You're way too pretty for jail, dog.
Absolutely not. But the prison gym works good. It's got a couple of barbells and stuff. Okay, what else? Do you find training with different platforms help your shooting? I think it does. Now that I got the iron sight still kind of underneath my belt, once I'm back to open, every 4 or 5 sessions, I'm going to do just an iron sight session, so it'll be good. Just started training bump transitions. Any tips to advice to speed up the learning process? Get it on the timer. The timer won't lie. Also have someone watch. Is your head moving first? Are your eyes then moving, and then is the gun moving? Set up different drills, transition drills, and really pay attention that you're having efficient transitions. The timer won't lie on that. Are you driving the gun to the next target? Also, if you want to decide if you're driving the gun to the target or not, just take your gun out there and rip it off and drive it to the next target. What's the time there? The time should be pretty close to that when you do it in real life. Other than that, it's pretty slow. I guess I maybe have to show that to explain it better. But as soon as that bullet leaves the barrel, your gun can. Any time between the bullet leaving the barrel and your gun still being on the target before the transition is wasted time. So as soon as the bullet leaves, you can rip the gun off the target. So like yesterday in the class, people were really babying the gun in transitions. I was like, all right, let me grab your hands, and just ripped it off. Bang, pulled the gun, moved it with me. Like, all right, that's how fast you can transition. Kind of got that through. But the transitions need to be fast, meaning they need to be efficient. Fast comes from that efficiency, bumping it. Then also they need to be accurate. If you're having shots in the left hand, so you transition to the next target, right? All your shots left of the alpha, right of the alpha, you're either stopping too early or stopping too late. Both are caused by your inefficient transitions, meaning that your eyes aren't leading and you're not bumping the gun. So your eyes need to lead, and then pick a spot on the target, stop, and then the gun will meet what you're looking at. So that's pretty much what I got there for that one.
Transitions are honestly the most important part of the fundamental shooting, besides trigger prep, like trigger control, I guess you would say. Mm-hmm. Trigger control and transitions are the biggest fucking killer or time saver in the actual shooting portion, in my opinion.
Absolutely. No, I agree with that quite a bit. I also add on, though, as far as trigger control goes, if you grip the gun in a way that does not disturb the sights when you pull the trigger, meaning that however you pull the trigger, the sights are going to lift straight up and return straight back down, you can pull the trigger like an absolute monkey. So that is something that you can do.
Yeah, which you do pretty well. I haven't. I can't find the 9-10 splits. It's just not in my wheelhouse.
And that's okay. But yeah, by far transitions are one of the biggest time savers for the actual shooting portion, of course. But for the movement portion, lots of stuff there. But transitions, yeah, those are big. Bryce said it good. Yeah, transitions are the biggest time saver. Let me get that shirt essay. I only have 2 of these shirts, but eventually we'll get these out one of these days.
What's it say? I can't even see it.
Set up here. It says "Make It Happen."
Backwards. Make it happen. Yeah, when are you gonna get the "Make It Happen" tattoo, bro? All right, I'm gonna call it now. All right, you got to commit to this right here, right now. If you win, I'm not gonna say if. When you win the world shoot, I will get a "Make It Happen" tattoo. If you do,
I will not commit to that. My mother's also probably watching this and just being like, no,
Shelly, come on. Come on. He's an adult. He can get a tattoo.
No.
We'll make it incognito, somewhere you never expect. Like, you can get it, like in the armpit or some shit. That would hurt, but you get it somewhere hidden.
That would definitely hurt.
Yeah. You can get it on, like, the bottom of your foot. Make it happen.
Make it happen. Is a hot dog a sandwich? I don't think so. And also, I hate hot dogs.
Make it happen.
Yeah, right.
Finger.
And then why not also try and win limited? Because that would help. That would be distracting me from my goals to win open for the 3rd time and win open the world shoot. But I would love to do it. Trust me, I'd love to do it. But I'm not going to go shoot a match if I'm not pretty prepared for it. Then what else do we have here? Do you play a lot of shooter style video games? I play maybe an hour or 2 hours of video games in the entire week. It's only when I have a lot of free time and there's nothing else I can work on. Like, just got a Warzone dub like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, you literally
like 30 minutes.
You literally were like, I called you and like, you ready for this? You were like, yeah, bro, I'm catching a quick dub on Warzone. I'll be on in a second. I'm like, fucking.
Not gonna lie, I'm pretty dirty at Warzone, but I rarely play since the video games are honestly a waste of time. But
they are.
Yeah.
I used to, I got there for a minute during COVID. I got a little like, oh, there's nothing really better to do. I got so much time, and then now I'm like, I don't fucking have time for that.
Yeah, no, I don't have time for it either. Can you save live stream? Yes, I'm doing that. What are the big differences that you've learned between shooting open and limited? Obviously, a limited gun is slightly harder to call some shots on. So I think it's also maybe a little bit easier to bump transition with it since it has recoil that you can really ride. And also, if you're not bumping, it's very easy to shoot the open gun and not bump because you're just like, wow, everything's going so fast. But the limited gun, you have to, otherwise you're just like super behind the power curve.
It feels much slower when you don't bump fire a limited gun.
Absolutely, because it takes way longer for the gun to return. Are you coming to the SC match? I will not be shooting a South Carolina match. I live in Washington, so that'll be a flight and a hotel for a sectional match. I can't do that. When shooting limited, percent target focus versus sight focus? I'm still getting used to it. The more comfortable and confident I get with the gun, I'd be way more target focused. target focus on practically everything besides a few long shots that I just don't have the confidence on those ones yet. I'm sure it'll come. So we mainly target focus. And then why are you shooting limited? And we discussed that a little bit. Wanted to challenge. I'm going to be banging on the open guns for a good 6 months straight. And so having a little bit of challenge here is I got plenty of time. So I'd like to do that a little bit. And also to prove to people that I can shoot iron sight guns too, which is kind of cool. And you have to
that was a lot of like he's so good in open, but he wouldn't be shit in irons.
Yeah.
And I was like,
bet. Make that bet.
Idiots. Right? Y'all, I said it. I was like, you don't want to wake up that fucking sleeping giant, man. There's just things you don't want to do. And you're similar to me in of when somebody says you can't do that, the first fucking thing I do is that.
I'm like, all right, bet. Right?
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm challenge fucking accepted. I'm going to run into that head first.
Absolutely.
Pass or fail, it's getting fucking done.
Yeah, people think that they're real nice or they're real like getting me when they like sending me these messages like, oh, like go try to win a world shooter, like you're just good in the U.S. You've never been out internationally. I'm like, all right, buddy, you're fueling the fire right now. So you literally have a fire that you don't start a fire or don't add fuel to the fire that you have no control over and a fuel to the fire that you cannot stop. So never start a fire in a place you cannot stop it, and that's what they're doing. They can't stop it. So
with the exception of Ballesteros, however the fuck you say it, Ballesteros. With the exception of Ballesteros and Recoil,
there's no one else that I haven't beaten in the U.S. that has beaten the other people there. That's the comparison you're making then?
Who the fuck else is there?
Right.
I don't know them, right? And I pay pretty close attention to the IPSC world. Like, there's not a whole lot of serious fucking heat with the exception of maybe a handful of guys.
Right.
And fuck, most of them come to U.S. Nats. Like Lesgar Murdoch is, I believe, Jamaican, right? And then you've got a couple other guys that come from other places. Fucking, okay, so there's 2 guys missing. Right?
No, exactly.
But all the guys that you've beaten have been railing international matches with the exception of one guy. They've been railing everyone else.
Right.
So what makes them think that you're not going to do the same thing?
It's not a logical argument. I would agree with that. All right, a couple more here we have. When are you going to do an Arizona class? Maybe next year. I notice, or whenever someone messages me with a really determined, motivated group, we can maybe see if we can do something. I noticed when doing lateral movements, you drag the tail, leg, toe in the front. Why not heel to toe? I don't actually. I would love to see the video clip you're talking about. But in a step slide, if I'm moving to the right, I pick this one up, set it down, and I drag it across, and I don't disturb the sights. So that is that. That's pretty easy. And then what else do you have here? How many grown men have you made cry? Probably a lot more than I've seen. Tacos or burritos? Probably burritos, a little easier to eat. And
fucking tacos, bro.
I don't even know, man. Maybe you get more bang for your buck with the burritos. Why no Dragons Cup? Same weekend. Is he going to be sponsored by Atlas? I have no plans for sponsors currently, and then who's he signing with? No real plans. There are obviously a lot of things in the works, but things will come for those who wait. So it'll be good. There's things in the works everywhere, but I think I'm in a good spot right now, which is cool.
Not considering any sponsors yet. You'll eventually come to the dark side.
Think Eric will show for nationals if COVID allows? I think so.
Honestly, we talked about that. This has been a hot topic in most of the conversation. Is like, is Eric going to come to U.S. nationals?
I think he will.
I think he will too.
Open.
Here's the thing: the borders are going to be open, bro. We're so far over COVID. I think at this point, the U.S. is like, "Fuck you, government. We're opening back up. Blow me like a cup of hot soup." In the past, Greffel has always showed up to U.S. Nats
the year of the World
Shoot. The year of the World Shoot, he always shows up, and the idea behind it, I know in his head, is like, shows up. Here's my big fat dick. I'm still daddy. This is what you're seeing. This is what's going to happen to you when you show up, right?
Right.
I think if he does show up and you beat him, I think that is going to get all the way in his head. Now, granted, he's got ice water running through his veins. He's a fucking animal. But he's also had a couple decades of just pure dominance. That first big fat kick in the nuts hurts a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I think if he does show, I think it'd be better for him not to show up.
Just I mean,
let
honestly,
it happen. Let it happen at the World Shoot.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even care. I mean, I don't even care. I'm gonna do my own thing. I'm gonna shoot how I shoot, and nothing's really gonna affect me. So that's where I'm at. I don't really care who it is. I don't care. I really don't care. I'm here to shoot my best, and if my best isn't enough, my best is enough. But my best is my best, and that's all I can. That's all I can control. So
I know you well enough and your mentality to know you're not worried, right? Which is awesome. I don't know Eric, but I can tell you if I was Eric, there's got to be somewhere in his mind, somewhere way back here, right? He's got to be thinking, fuck.
I'm excited for it. I will also learn and develop before then, but I'm still working on stuff. So the trajectory's up, and we want to keep it there before he comes.
Someone said you against Grafel is going to be like Rocky versus Ivan Drago. Oh, my God. I am so making a fucking meme about that. There will be a video. I have the software to make the video of Rocky training with your fucking face on it. And then when it comes, I'm going to need you to do a voiceover when he's like, Drago! It's like, Grafel! Come on, man. Let me do it. I need your help with it, but it's going to be awesome.
I got you. Well, cool. That was all the questions I got there.
All right, bet. So I know you got a million other things going on, so we'll probably wrap up here pretty quick.
Sounds good.
We'll keep this one short and sweet. But something I do with every single person that comes on here is your top picks to win each Nationals, right?
Gotcha.
So we'll start with the not so really awesome fun divisions, and then we'll work our way into the good shit. Obviously, you're allowed to say yourself for some of these. I do. I say myself for all of them that I'm going to be shooting in, even though I also give another logical pick. So let's start off with single stack. Do you think Latham is going to win again, or do you think someone else? Who's your pick?
I have no idea. Honestly, first off, before I make any comments on any of the divisions, this is nothing personal. This is just my assessment of things. And so don't take it personally, or do take it personally and train and prove me wrong. But in any of these divisions, I don't know. I guess Rob Latham, so is on how we're going here, single stack. Rob Latham is the GOAT. He's just dominated for a very long time. Clearly, just factually, Rob is obviously a little bit older now, so it depends on what type of style of match it is. I saw videos from last single stack nationals. He looked great. So it just depends like how much movement and how much running and dynamic stuff there is in the match. But I think there'll be a lot of standing shoots at low caps and do really well. So I honestly don't know who else is shooting single stack nationals as much. I know Tim Herron, those guys are. But yeah, I'll say Rob Latham will win single stack. Who are the other top guys in single stack?
Before we continue, your mom was just
no
said,
tattoos.
Okay, I was driving. Sorry, but there'll be no tattoos on my guy, Christian.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll see. When he's a little bit older, I'll get him drunk at a match and talk him into it. Your mom is never going to let you hang out with me ever again after this.
So who else is in single stack?
So you got Blake Maguez, you got Tim Herron, which Tim Herron actually, after he lost to Latham at Nationals, just right after, beat the brakes off Latham at Area 2.
Oh, that is right.
Yeah. So you've got.
I'm rooting for Tim. Tim's a good buddy, and I hope he's doing well. But I don't know. I'll take Latham on single stack.
Yeah. I mean, part of me wants to. I don't know. I think Tim. If Maguez.
It depends what Maguez is doing.
He's always
if he's
a
in
threat.
session or what's he doing. Yeah.
Yeah. If he's actually prepared, Maguez is dangerous. But the guy's got a million other things going on. But Elias Frangulis, that's another monster.
All right, I'll take Tim Herron. I'll take Tim Herron / Rob Latham. All right,
yeah,
so I got a stack.
I got a feeling Tim Herron's going to take it. L10 Nats.
I will like to root for myself for that one.
Yeah, I'm rooting for myself also, but if I don't get it, I guess I'm okay if you get it. All right, so now we got production.
Ben Steger, if he shows up. If not Ben Steger, I will take Nils.
Part of me wants to say Nils, but JJ's shooting. And
I will take Nils.
Yeah. In the past, when JJ shows up,
When he's trained and does well, yeah, of course.
The only person to get close to Ben is JJ, and I don't know if Ben's going to show up because, whatever.
Boycotting USPSA or something like that.
Yeah, which is stupid. I don't like the people in the power right now either, but I'm sure they fucking hate me. But
I'll show up. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to show up. I'm going to say JJ, if not JJ Nils. I think, honestly, though, Nils has everything he needs to do it, and he's a fucking animal.
Mm-hmm.
Nils is a freak.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Nils on this one.
Yeah, that's a solid choice. I would say 1 and 2, Nils and JJ, but I could go either way. All right, so now let's go carry optics.
I would go Max Michel on this one.
Yeah, that's such a dumb even one to do.
If I would shoot carry optics, I would vote for myself, but I will vote for Max Michel.
Are you eventually going to shoot carry optics?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. After the World Shoot.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna be there. I'm not even gonna shoot carry optics. If it's on the same schedule, I'm gonna come watch it.
And for the hunters, for the couple people that are messaging me and comment and say, like, all right, go for it, go try it, right? All right, think about this. I shoot the most alphas in the open division, and I execute really well. 2 things will help a lot in carry optics. I shoot alphas, I shoot at sights pace, and I almost shoot too many alphas for the major power factor that I'm shooting. Anyways, we will continue.
If anyone's built to do it, if anyone's built to dethrone the GOAT, it's probably you.
So what gun would you shoot? I don't know. Probably a CZ, honestly. That's the only one I've had a lot of time on. Maybe a Walther Q5. It just depends.
Yeah. Or an X5, just to LOL.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Yeah, Hetherington will be in the top 3. I think he's a monster. Although his Area 6 performance, I know he's not happy with. All right, let's go PCC.
Max, because I don't know who else shoots PCC.
You got Freilich, who has been second place like every single year by like
I love his hustle. I love his grind, but I think Max is a bit of the X factor in that division.
Yeah, I think honestly the big pick is Max Leograndis. If Grady Steeran ever decides to take this sport seriously, I think he has everything he needs to beat him. But
yeah.
All right, let's go. You're not competing in limited, but let's go limited.
Is JJ shooting it? I don't know. I don't think so.
No, he's shooting open, I would think.
So if JJ was shooting limited, I would say JJ. If I was shooting limited, I would say me. But so who's the top guys? Bogle, Shane Coley, Ben Steger, maybe. No, I'm not going to shoot. Not Ben. Who won it last year?
Mason Lane.
Who won it the year before? Maybe Shane Coley? No?
No, the year before was JJ. And the year before that was JJ.
I don't know. I have no idea, honestly, for limited. I'd maybe put my money on Shane to do it again. No, I don't know. I would. Maybe if Robert Vogel was there, I'd put it on Bob. Bob is pretty good. Vogel isn't competing anymore. If Nils was there, I'd put money on. If Nils was there, I'd put money on Nils. If it was JJ there, I put it probably on him. If it was Nils too, I put it on JJ. Or I put it on Nils. So I don't know. It depends who shows up. It's really anyone's game. There's not really one huge standout in that division comparatively to other divisions.
I'll be honest. I had a strong feeling that Shane was just going to come out and do some damage. But after Area 6, John Browning put it on him, and he put it on him at Nationals. John Browning's coming in heavy. I love Shane. I love Shane a lot. I'm going to pick Shane just because Shane's my boy. Mm-hmm. But yeah, and then you got Mason, but I'm going to pick Shane. All right, so open.
I will put money on myself for that.
Yeah. For sure. I'm not even going to ask you who your second pick would be because that's not something you would even answer. So let's go into, somebody said do the Mount Rushmore. Who's on your Mount Rushmore shooting?
My Mount Rushmore shooting. Probably Rob Latham. Rob, who am I going to forget? And it's going to be bad. Rob Latham, Jerry Michalek. I'm putting U.S. guys on the U.S. one. So I'm putting U.S. guys on U.S. one. So I'm going to go Rob Latham. Who else did I say? Rob Latham, Jerry Michalek. Maybe another old school guy like Jerry Barnhart or Todd Jarrett or something like that. Those type of guys.
Yeah. No Max?
Oh, Max is still competing though. Yeah, I probably put Max up there too. Maybe.
Well, fuck, Rob's still competing.
No, I know, but not in the same capacity. I guess as before.
Yeah.
So I would definitely put Latham there. Yeah, I'd probably put Max there as well, and also Jerry. I did those guys.
No JJ.
I put Max there. Max has been more dominant historically.
Yeah, Max is a fucking animal, dude.
And Kurt.
Max is an animal. My I don't know. Rob Latham's got to be there. Jerry Michalek's got to be there. Max Michel's got to be there. Todd Jarrett would be my fourth. He's just so dominant. He was so dominant for so long. If we're not doing just U.S. based, I got to put Graffel up there just because it's fucking Graffel. Yeah. But all right, now this is the last thing we're gonna do here.
Yep.
This question came up in one of the lives, and I would like you to answer it. Right? Somebody said, "What does Christian have to do to hit GOAT status?"
Oh, I can answer it.
What do you think you have to do to hit GOAT status, or are you there? I mean, fuck, dude, look at this. Look at this resume.
Everyone's gonna hate me because I'm young, but I'm definitely not. No, I would not say that for myself at all. I would not say that for myself at all. But I don't know. Who knows? I'm just keep doing my thing and see what happens. I guess that's not really a question for me to answer. That's a question for the people to answer. But
it's not. But I was going to put you on the spot. See if you give us a little maybe in 10, 15 years when I've done when I've won 17 national championships.
I have not done anything nearly as close to what I want to do. So
that
being said, I would not say it. Yeah.
We are also extremely young. I mean, you're 20, right?
I have a lot more in the tank. I haven't even hit my athletic prime yet, so.
A lot more in the tank? You haven't even fucking started the car. This is ridiculous. I'm sitting over here at 27.
We pulled out of the driveway.
Yeah, I'm at 27 thinking, man, I lost 10 years to these guys. Where am I going to make it up, right?
Yeah.
I've got a hot, probably realistically 20 years before – I've got 20 years to make something awesome happen in that window, and I think I can do it. But I know you're already doing it. So, all right. So, any last minute things?
That's it, man. I think it's pretty much it. We pretty much answered everything that's going on right now. Nothing else. I'm doing school. About to start a pretty big internship this summer, and then hopefully take the fall off. Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it. And then hopefully I'll be starting in the fall for the World Shoot, start training, taking the quarter off and doing it. But I have my doubts.
Do you put that on your resume when you sign up baddest motherfucker in the world with a handgun right now?
No, it's pretty interesting entering the professional world. I use that as kind of a separator, and I think a lot of the jobs I've applied to, they really like that. But I wish I was high a level in in baseball or something like that. They'd treat me maybe a little bit differently, but I've been able to leverage it and use it in a pretty good way. And I think I have a pretty good approach when it comes to guns and more maybe gun hating America than most. So yeah.
I mean, you're in Washington, which is primarily hate everything that goes bang bang.
Right. Exactly.
So, and your internship, I believe, is there, right?
Yeah. I don't want to talk about company names or anything like that.
No. Of course not. Of course not.
Yeah, but no, I'm working in Seattle. Yeah.
Yeah. So Seattle, I've been to Seattle. It's nice. It's a beautiful place.
Here.
So yeah, we got to hook up. Let us know when you want me and my 4 guys to just come up for a weekend.
Just show up. Yep.
Yeah. We'll show up. They'll know when we roll into town. A couple of fucking rednecks, and we'll already have some fun. Somebody said I hit GOAT status. Get the fuck out of here, bro. I haven't even won anything big yet. It's coming though. I'm gonna win my fucking area match this year. But anyway, man,
do it. Well, let me know, and make it happen. Thanks for the live. If there's any more questions, maybe you missed your chance. I was gonna say message me, but then again, you had all this hour to do so. So maybe don't blow up my DMs. But
yeah, don't blow up his DMs. But anyone you want to thank before you hop off here?
I want to thank my mom, thank my dad, the classic OGs, the ghosts. We love them.
Awesome
thank the
people.
Sponsors. We love them as well. And thanks for all the people that support me, send me kind messages, and really want the best for me. So appreciate it.
Hell yeah, brother. Well, I appreciate you, man. This was fun. Highly requested. I know everybody's going to love it. They got a solid hour and a half of you, which is awesome for your schedule. So anyway, man, we'll have to do it again. Maybe after Nats and the World Shoot. Maybe we do this again.
I will. I'm down for it.
Yeah, for sure, brother. Or maybe I'll catch you after L10. But
yes,
anyway.
I will catch you after L10. I'm down with that as well.
Yeah, let's do it, brother. Well, you have a good night, brother.
Yeah, you too, bro. See ya.
Later.
Bye.
All right, that wraps that up. That was a pretty fun one. I felt like it had a lot of good information in it. So if you want to see this after this live, or if you want to go back and listen to it, it's going to be on all podcast platforms. It'll be on YouTube. It'll be on my IG. It'll be on everything. So I'm also I did the giveaway I believe 2 weeks ago. I'm going to close that out tonight. So if you want a last minute entry, you better do it, because at 10 o'clock it is done. I'm closing it out and I'm announcing the winner. I'll announce the winner on my story. I'll do the whole, 1, 2, 3, whatever the fuck, and pick a winner. So make sure to go and do that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And sorry I couldn't do the Dragon Cup one. I had planned on doing a really badass podcast with all the guys at Dragon Cup. Wasn't able to make it happen. Had some other stuff come up. I had to exit really quick. But Area 3, we will do a live in the hotel after Area 3. It's going to be lit as fuck. I'm going to have everybody there, and it's going to be probably extremely rowdy, and I will most likely get canceled off everything. But it should be pretty fun. Anyway, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for hanging in this long, and I'll see you on the range.